Johnny Depp quotes that will motivate you to achieve success in life. If someone were to harm my family or a friend or somebody I love, I would eat them. I might end up in jail for 500 years, but I would eat them. If you love two people at the same time, choose the second. Because if you really loved the first one, you wouldn't have fallen for the second. Music touches us emotionally where words alone can't. My body is my journal, and my tattoos are my story. We're all damaged in our own way. Nobody's perfect. I think we're all somewhat screwy. Every single one of us. I think everybody's weird. We should all celebrate our individuality and not be embarrassed or ashamed of it. Just keep moving forward and don't give a shit about what anybody thinks. Do what you have to do for you. The only creatures that are evolved enough to convey pure love are dogs and infants. There are 4 questions of value in life. What is sacred? Of what is the spirit made? What is worth living for? And what is worth dying for? The answer to each is the same. Only love. I try to stay in a constant state of confusion just because of the expression it leaves on my face. When kids hit 1 year old, it's like hanging out with a miniature drunk. You have to hold on to them. They bump into things. They laugh and cry. They urinate. They vomit. You gotta be careful. Don't say a word to nobody about anything anytime ever. Life's pretty good, and why wouldn't it be? I'm a pirate, after all. I don't think anybody's necessarily ready for death. You can only hope that when it approaches, you feel like you've said what you wanted to say. Nobody wants to go out in mid-sentence. I always felt like I was meant to have been born in another era, another time. One of the greatest pieces of advice I've ever gotten in my life was from my mom. When I was a little kid, there was a kid who was bugging me at school and she said, "Okay, I'm gonna tell you what to do. If the kid's bugging you and puts his hands on you, you pick up the nearest rock." You can close your eyes to the things you don't want to see, but you can't close your heart to the things you don't want to feel. If there's any message, it is ultimately that it's okay to be different, that it's good to be different, that we should question ourselves before we pass judgment on someone who looks different, behaves different, talks different, is a different color. I am doing things that are true to me. The only thing I have a problem with is being labeled. I think the thing to do is to enjoy the ride while you're on it. My daughter was asked by a little old lady in a London hotel restaurant what her daddy did. She answered, "He's a pirate." I was very proud of that answer. They say the world used to be bigger. The world's still the same, there's just less in it. A dishonest man, you can always trust to be dishonest. Growing old is unavoidable, but never growing up is possible. I believe you can retain certain things from your childhood if you protect them, certain traits, certain places where you don't let the world go. With any part you play, there is a certain amount of yourself in it. There has to be, otherwise, it's just not acting. Laugh as much as you breathe and love as long as you live. I don't pretend to be Captain Weird. I just do what I do. They stick you with those names, those labels, rebel or whatever they like to use. Because they need a label, they need a name. They need something to put the price tag on the back of. I actually tell lies for a living. Exactly. I mean, that's what acting is, really. Every time I stand in front of the mirror, I found my face too ugly, so I thought I have to get the role in some movies, which cover my face with makeup. Throughout my lifetime, I've left pieces of my heart here and there. And now, there's almost barely enough to stay alive. But I force a smile, knowing that my ambition far exceeded my talent. Ugliness is better than beauty. It lasts longer, and in the end, gravity will get us all. When I see someone who just follows their dream and succeeds, and just does basically what they want to do and doesn't have to answer to anyone, obviously not harming anyone, that's great. I'm attracted to the extreme light and the extreme dark. I'm interested in the human condition and what makes people tick. I'm interested in the things people try to hide. I was always fascinated by people who are considered completely normal because I find them the weirdest of all. Even when you're down and blue, just remember that someone out there loves you, even if you don't know it and even if you haven't yet met them. There's someone out there waiting for you. Remember that and keep the faith. You'll get there. Love is not blind. It simply enables one to see things others fail to see. I don't trust anyone who hasn't been self-destructive in some way and who hasn't gone through some sort of bout of self-loathing. You've got to bang yourself around a bit to know yourself. I know exactly what I want. Everything. Calm, peace, tranquility, freedom, fun, happiness. If I could make all that one word, I would, a many-syllabled word. Love is one of the hardest words to say and one of the easiest to hear. Success doesn't change you. It reveals you. One day, the people that didn't believe in you will tell everyone how they met you.